the Nevada Supreme Court has made a landmark decision in the ongoing legal battle between former Raiders coach Jon Gruden and the NFL. The court found that the arbitration clause in the NFL's constitution and bylaws is unconscionable and therefore unenforceable in Gruden's case. This means that the league cannot force Gruden into arbitration, a process often criticized for favoring employers. For Gruden, this ruling opens the door for his lawsuit to move forward in the public court system. The NFL has not provided a comment in response to this decision. The impact of this ruling could extend far beyond this single case, influencing how similar disputes are handled in the future. Public opinion on the case remains divided. Some believe that the content of Gruden's emails, which included offensive language, makes him unworthy of sympathy. Others argue that regardless of the content, the selective leaking of private communications raises serious ethical and legal issues. This division ensures that the case will continue to generate strong reactions. Media coverage will likely remain intense as new details emerge. Both sides will be mindful of how they are perceived in the court of public opinion. The Nevada ruling has already been described as a victory by Gruden's legal team, but legal battles are rarely straightforward, and appeals can shift momentum quickly. The United States Supreme Court could still intervene, although it hears only a small percentage of petitions. If it declines to hear the case, Gruden gains a major advantage by moving forward in open court. Every step from this point will be closely monitored by legal analysts. The stakes for both sides remain extremely high. If the case does reach discovery, it could lead to an unprecedented look inside the NFL's handling of internal investigations. This is one reason why the league may try to avoid that stage altogether. Settling would allow the NFL to control the narrative and avoid further embarrassment. However, it would also require Gruden to accept terms that might limit his ability to speak publicly. Whether he agrees to such terms will reveal much about his true objectives. This decision could define the outcome of the case. In the end, this case is shaping up to be one of the most closely watched legal battles in recent sports history. It combines high-profile personalities, allegations of misconduct, and questions about fairness in employment disputes. The Nevada Supreme Court's ruling has shifted the balance, giving Gruden a clear path forward, at least for now. The NFL's response, both legally and strategically, will determine the next phase of this fight. Until then, the sports world will be watching closely. The potential for explosive revelations remains high. Gruden's lawyers quickly issued a statement expressing their satisfaction with the ruling. Adam Hosmer-Henner of McDonald Carano LLP, the firm representing Gruden, emphasized the broader implications. He stated that this was a victory not just for Coach Gruden, but for all employees facing unfair arbitration processes. The legal team believes this ruling further vindicates Gruden's reputation, which has been under intense scrutiny since his resignation in 2021. They also stated that this decision clears the way for full justice to be brought to Gruden. Their ultimate goal is to hold the NFL fully accountable for its actions in this matter. Gruden's lawyers quickly issued a statement expressing their satisfaction with the ruling. Adam Hosmer-Henner of McDonald Carano LLP, the firm representing Gruden, emphasized the broader implications. He stated that this was a victory not just for Coach Gruden, but for all employees facing unfair arbitration processes. The legal team believes this ruling further vindicates Gruden's reputation, which has been under intense scrutiny since his resignation in 2021. They also stated that this decision clears the way for full justice to be brought to Gruden. Their ultimate goal is to hold the NFL fully accountable for its actions in this matter. Gruden's lawsuit centers on allegations that the NFL and Commissioner Roger Goodell leaked private emails he had sent while working for ESPN. According to Gruden, these emails were released to media outlets in an orchestrated effort to damage his reputation. The controversy began during the NFL's investigation into the Washington football team's workplace culture. Gruden claims that while many emails were reviewed, only his were selectively leaked to the press. These leaks ultimately led to his resignation as Raiders head coach in October 2021. The sequence of events surrounding the leaked emails is key to Gruden's case. The Wall Street Journal first published some of the emails on a Friday, revealing language that sparked public backlash. When that did not result in Gruden's removal, additional emails were published by the New York Times the following Monday. This second wave of releases intensified the controversy, leaving Gruden with little choice but to resign. He contends that these actions were deliberate and targeted. Identifying who leaked the emails could be the turning point in the case. The alleged leaks came from a very small group of individuals who had access to the emails from the Washington investigation. Gruden's legal strategy likely involves proving that the leaks were not accidental but intentional. If this can be demonstrated, it could significantly strengthen his claims against the NFL and Goodell. The motive, timing, and sequence of the leaks will all be closely examined. These elements could show a coordinated effort to damage his career. This is why the discovery phase could be so crucial. The NFL has a strong interest in preventing sensitive internal information from becoming public. Discovery could compel the league to release communications, memos, and other records related to the Washington investigation. This could also lead to depositions of high-ranking officials, including Commissioner Goodell. Such developments could be damaging not only to the league's reputation, but also to its operations. The NFL's legal team will likely push hard to avoid or limit this process. This is why a settlement could still be a strategic move for Gruden. This case is about more than personal vindication. It has become a battle over transparency, accountability, and the limits of employer power in disputes. The Nevada Supreme Court's ruling signals that not all arbitration clauses will be accepted without scrutiny. This could set a precedent for other employees in professional sports and beyond. It also sends a message to organizations that fairness in dispute resolution matters. Gruden's lawyers will likely highlight this broader significance throughout the case.